Tuesday, July 3rd, 2018, and it looks like we're getting an early start to the fireworks show here on the NexRad based reflectivity images. Now we'll notice where these three pinwheel shapes are happening. One here off the coast, over North Carolina, and these other two are basically around the Kansas, Nebraska area. Now we do have a super darn in northern Kansas, right about in the center. And we had some severe weather up here in Minnesota earlier today, and you can see the interference spikes coming out from that as well. But we'll take a closer look at here's the lower level water vapor imagery for North America. You can see how right where this pinwheel shape was in North Carolina, how we're getting this real good arch here, and this stuff is getting pulled back down towards it. Now this typically creates like a vortex above whatever's causing that interference. I believe it's something that wallops Air Force Base and spins the water vapor around in a vortex. Now, as in here, where we've seen these ones in Nebraska and Kansas, now this runs from about late last night to current time, which is about 4:30 p.m. Eastern. But you'll notice right here how that water vapor just dissipates right there, and it gets sucked off and around up here in Minnesota. Now we'll get a closer look. Here is a visible water vapor feed for the continental U.S. I have up the watches and warnings so we can see where there's severe weather expected. Now we'll get a closer look now. Here's the southeast, and they're just cooking. This was supposedly yesterday was going to develop into a tropical system, but maybe into the weekend, I don't know. But look at this swirling around this big opening here. Move along, here is northeast. You can see this cooking. Now you can see these little wavy lines underneath this storm up here in Minnesota. Get a closer look right here. That's just cooking. You can see them laying trails right over where that signature was. Now there's lots of fires out in the west and in Colorado and the southwest. I don't have a geo-color map of, or I'd show you for the past week there's been Sahara dust coming all the way across the Atlantic. I mean, look at that cooking. And them frequency lines. That's insane. But it looked insane over here, so I mean, what do you expect? Here's my local. I'll show you some pictures of my sky, but it was you can see this haze over top. I'm sure it looked the same down here in West Virginia. See all this thin filmy stuff? That's all pollution left by the planes. We'll go over to the photos so I can show you what I'm talking about. Yeah, here's this thin filmy crap. See what it looked like a little earlier. You can kind of see it's not showing up real good. But there was you could see all the lines going through it. Here's look at your heat index. I wanted to get into that too because, you know, took a bunch of pictures of plants around my neighborhood and they're all showing signs of bleaching. They're getting cooked. Look at this whole thing's melted. Sorry, I'm at work right now. Look at San Francisco from the fire yesterday. And there's from DC area. This center device here is UVC, and UVC is not supposed to be reaching the surface. Here's a chart for you. Now we're getting readings across the country of UVC penetrating to the surface. Here's to show you what UV damage is, and this is something you need to keep in mind when you're outside in the sun on a high UV day, because this was the third reading in DC that I've seen of UVC reaching the surface. We got a thunderstorm yesterday. Didn't get much rain with it. All I want to show a picture of the Saharan dust yesterday. And this is coming clear across, rolling right up to the central United States. You got that. I mean, just horrible air quality all around. And, this crap is depleting the ozone, too. Here's from yesterday, fires in Colorado. But, yeah. There's a fellow on who does these UV readings. I don't agree with everything he says, Mr. MBB333 or something. But he's got people across the country and across the world taking UV readings. And UVC is reaching the surface several areas around the world. We'll take a closer look at these. Are current images. This is right here, this Minnesota. I believe this is Iowa, and then maybe South Dakota here. Yeah. This is Nebraska, and then Kansas down here. That's right where we're getting that signature. But you can just see it bzzz, going different directions there. And we got some storms popping off in Missouri. I believe Arkansas will be right below that. Here's Kentucky, Indiana, Southwest Ohio. And that about sums it up. I want to record this crazy signature here. 3 of them going there. This is super darn. I'm assuming this is a device at Wallops Air Force Base. I'll have to dig deeper later on, see what's causing these interference patterns. Well, some of these dots and spikes are the NexRads, but not all of it. But that's my report. We'll check back in later. And we're supposed to get rain for the next 3 days. Go figure. I took off work, so I guess I'll be sitting inside. Alright, be careful everybody. Happy 4th of July. We'll check in at a later date.